All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let me say good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this, the first ever live Couples Corner. And we want to dub this one the Pillar Talk. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I have the wonderful lady in the background, and I'm told that her husband is keeping it cool in the background as well. We're going to be hearing from her. So, once again, this is the Couples Corner, where God is best for you and your partner. All right. We are going to be asking a lot of questions this evening because we do want to know, we want to understand, we want to hear. And so we're going to invite everyone to come on in and join in. Make sure I have no questions too. I noticed that Sister Ivan is already on the side of our guest. We are going to be asking her some lovely questions, and we expect her to answer those lovely questions. Soon to join me will be my lovely wife, Danielle. She'll join me shortly inside of the studio. But until then, it's going to be us talking inside the Couples Corner. But before we get going, we want to go ahead and, of course, share the program, invite someone, especially someone who has not yet subscribed. And once they come on in, just invite them to go ahead and hit that red subscription button to the right hand side. Yep, hit that subscription button and, of course, subscribe to the Couples Corner. All right, all right, all right. According to Jesse Scott, when someone loves you, the way they talk about you is different. You feel safe and comfortable. All right, so there should be no problem this evening as we share with Lady Trinell. So this evening, my very special guest this evening is Lady Nelly. Yes, of course, she is my playmate from high school, from way back when. Yeah, we used to text one and chew after dog. We used to walk way up Knoxhill, slip and slide, hide and go pick tangerine and mandarin because at Knox there used to be a lot of mandarin and tangerine. And so we used to do that. Yep. I think she liked the math. She liked the accounting side of business. Me never sure what I like, but they just their school. All right. But this evening I am happy to have with us this evening inside of the Couples Corner for the very first time, reasoning with the lovely Trinell Lynn. Oh,
Hello.
All right. Good evening, Trinell. Good evening.
Good evening, Robdons. Good evening.
Why is it that she sounds so tense, Daniel? Do you have any idea?
I have no clue.
Don't know why she's.
Shake it off.
And I don't give trouble, you know. I don't give trouble. And we're nice people. Don't you know us?
Hey guys.
I don't understand how people up here. Me feel really bad man right now. Everybody are Lady D and Sister D and Lady Nelly.
Come on.
I want to pick him up, please. Please, big up.
Big up yourself.
I want him to cry.
Hold on.
Big up yourself. The boss. What's up?
Big up yourself, the boss. How's further going on? All right, good. All right, so we're going to get right into it this evening because we want to keep it, of course, we want to keep it nice, interesting, and of course, honest and cool. All right. Just to let you know that Mr. Lynn is right there in the background. I believe that he's going to be able to hear us. So, Mr. Lynn, anytime she's misrepresenting you, I wanted to give out a sound. I don't know if you support Manchester, you support Arsenal. I know that the Gunners, won't be speaking up much because the Gunners are being damaged and beaten seriously so early into the Premier League. But nonetheless, we are happy to be reasoning with the Lynn family this evening. So first of all, how you doing, Trinell? How are you doing?
I am doing great. I was relaxing this Sunday until I got this message. So
What message?
about couples corner and having a conversation. So I'm
Oh,
good. I'm fine. I'm a little bit interested and excited to hear the questions, but I'm good. Lady D, I'm good.
you are good. All right, good. All right. I just want to make sure you're good. And as long as you're good, I am fine. So, only what's the question? Me or you?
You go on, man.
No, woman, ladies before gentlemen. No, we're asked out our head. We're not asking no question. We're going to ask from our brains. We're going to ask from our brains. So, what's the first question you would want to ask Trinell? What is it that you're curious about? Trinell, where did you meet Mr. Lynn? How did you meet Mr. Lynn? And what caused the first connection?
Um, Question. 2015, I actually met Mike on Facebook.
No, 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 no.
2015.
We're going to need some.
Well, I know.
We're going to need
2015
some
on Facebook.
Facebook. You mean
On Facebook.
FACEBOOK?
Yes.
Big up yourself. What the man name we write Facebook? Mark what?
Mark Zuckerberg or
Zuckerberg.
whatever.
Yeah, big up yourself, Mark Zuckerberg. And you make something that go on in a 2021. So tell us, how did that work? This
You
man
know,
just pop up from where?
the funny story is I was coming towards the end of uni and I was properly advising quite a few of my friends in uni not to do online dating.
You were doing what? Telling your friends not to do
Online
online.
dating.
But
I was
but
anti online dating.
but you see the risk or the miss coming out of all of this because you saw online dating as a miss, but you ended up taking the risk.
Indeed,
Was it worth
indeed.
it?
Yes, yes.
So
So,
I am
um,
interested to hear how did this start. So do you remember that? What was it? A first message, a voice call? No,
yes,
voice call never in them time.
no, sir, I don't think so. It was a message. I saw a message, just hi, random, hi, how are you? But I thought it was one of my schoolmates from Knox. You know, Michael Lynn, the name sound quite familiar. I'm like, it must be. How did you get on my friend list? You must be someone who I've probably met before. So I just said hello back. That was about March, and it was a dry hello because again, for me and online dating, I wasn't interested. So it was like, how are you? What do you want? Straight to the point. And we had a short conversation, and I think it was just and the conversation ended, and I didn't hear from him for about a month or so. Yeah, about a month or so. I'd forgotten about that message and everything. And then
Mhm.
he messaged, I think it was in April, towards the end of April. And we started having a conversation, and I said, listen, don't waste my time. And I remember he messaged me. I said, you're so rude. I said, well, you're the one who messaged me. You got in my inbox. Just don't waste my time.
Hold
Um,
on, hold on. So the man sent you a message and you had a conversation. After about 3 months, you never hear anything. It was just a dry hello. So after the 1 month, how did that conversation pick up again? You just said, hey, you remember me?
I think I don't remember Mike what message it was, but then I remember he approached me from the education point, because he said something about studies, and that sort of piqued my interest because I was studying. I was just well into that. And so the conversation kicked off from he was telling me about what, you know what? He told me that he was playing for Reading, he came to England and played for Reading Football Club to. And I'm like, what? You came to Reading? And so that sort of kicked off the conversation. And we talked about education and uni and things. So yeah, that was a really good conversation to have.
So, hear me. If you're just joining, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Here's a relationship that started a random text message. She might think it was a random text message. I might know it was an intentional text message, right? Because my must go through, and I wish he was here now because I wanted to find out if he went through the profile photos and
He did.
read through the
He did too.
profile and
He
yeah,
did.
yeah,
He went through the photos
yeah.
and he said, "Oh, well, you dressed nicely," and then he made, because I tell you, my husband is his honesty is brutal. So he went through and he gave the lovely comments, and then he just dropped one that I won't share online. And I'm like, "You're so rude. You're just so rude." And like, because for me, I'm not used to that approach. And so we started just having that conversation. He said, "You put yourself. I like the way you put yourself together." The conversation was just mainly about what he was doing in Jamaica at the time, his job, and me completing university. So it was um it kicked off from that friendship, just a random discussion. Um
Random discussion.
yeah.
So when did the butterflies them start move like boom, 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 boom?
So coming towards the end of uni, um I was actually talking to a guy, and things just didn't seem to be going. The communication was so poor, and Mike was literally always messaging, "How are you today? You finish your work? Are you feeling?" Like those caring conversation. And it was just always making reference to his family, his mom or his nan.
Mm.
It's like almost every conversation included his mother and his grandmother. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that sort of, I'm like, well, he listens. He will have that conversation with me. We talk about a lot of things. So let's see. It is from the conversation. It's not from the physical.
Okay. So he has some things that he got right so far. So one, he was upfront, he was well bold, he was willing to take the risk, as my wife said.
Oh boy.
The risk always yield good results. You see, the higher the risk, then of course the return is always greater. And I'm sure he can testify after all at that time. Of course, yeah, never you underestimate the power of social media. All right, so poor
Yes, I
social
say
media
no
is
more to
not
that.
social media is not just about, and ladies, that's why you must put yourself together lovely. Make sure you have wonderful photos and put on social media. And we're talking about proper photos because there are some good men who are trying to find lovely partners. Yeah, they're trying to find lovely partners. And of course, they are going to check you out. And based on what they see, they are going to decide whether or not they should continue into a relationship with you. All right, good. So you said you kept on talking. You talk about relation. Well, you talk about school, talk about football, until
Yeah,
eventually it got
family
to, oh, you start
until
talking about family too.
I said he would make reference to his family and I would make reference to mine. And then I started telling my sisters about him, because now I realize that this person is listening and we can communicate. So obviously you started having the feeling for the person, so you want to share that person with those closest to you. So because you want to hear the alarm bells or what they have to say. I was very cautious because I know, well, if you tell my family that you meet somebody on the internet, first they're gonna start ring the warning sign. So I did it really slowly. With one of my sisters was was really, really close to. So I talk about Mike. And then towards the end of uni, I said, okay, I was planning on going to Jamaica anyway, because that would have been the longest summer holiday I've ever had, because I was finishing teachers college.
Yeah.
So I had already booked for Jamaica. So it was the sense now that you hear all these stories about people going to Jamaica and what's happening. So I had to make sure I tell everybody now about him, because he's gonna have to come and visit me, and I'm gonna have to go and visit him. So it was really nerve-wracking, to be honest, because even though you are making waves, you're having conversation and trust is building, you still have that little, well, it's online, it can still go sour. And even for him, he said he was so scared, especially when he had to drive from Kingston to Trelawney the first time. Again, he's also coming into a new environment. So he was just as scared as I was scared on the other side. Sometimes we think it's just the females who's scared of it, but his mom was so worried when he drove to Trelawney. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so tell me, what were your first impression of him when you see him first? Up.
Yeah, man. The reason I said it wasn't physical, because I like guys of a certain height and dark skin. So that wasn't, but then when I saw Mike for the first time, Mike had a killer smile. He had a smile that I was like, oh my God. And then he had legs. So the bow legs and the smile, that part of the physical grabbed me. I'm like, okay, yes, you have a wicked smile. So I felt really safe with that smile. Yeah. So that was a bit that really pulled me to him when I saw him for the first time.
Hey, me have a killer smile.
You never used to smile. Hi, Matilda Film. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming over. Everybody connecting, welcome. We appreciate you coming. First live, and we never really talk about it and announce it, so we appreciate you guys coming. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Hold on. And that me a talk about. Greetings, everyone. Me a ask. Me have a killer smile.
You never have no killer smile. Him did serious. He would have never smiled. So if it was a smile, it would work.
So want to know, me have a killer smile.
Well, yeah, get cute because you're in a relationship with somebody who cute.
Hold on. May I get cute?
Of course. You want to roll back some photos?
Hold on. People, hey, listen me, my audience. I am the standard of cuteness.
Oh my God.
I don't know what is
confidence.
What did you drink this evening?
Same thing you drink.
I didn't know what. Drunk people, I don't know. All right, but yeah, me I still keep my thing. Me have a killer smile. I won't take my.
But of course, it was a killer smile because it was very serious.
Of course, I was serious. I knew what I wanted.
You never smiled.
Because I knew what I wanted. I never joked thing with the pan. But I went on a mission to get a girl. Yeah. Kind of smile up business I talk about.
Oh.
No. So we are here with the lovely Trinell talking about how she met Mike. We wanted Mike to be on here because we wanted Mike to give his report of what transpired. But nonetheless, we are going to keep going because we are hearing. So Mike had a killer smile. All right. So watch this, people. Watch this. You see, if you're short, the height. If the height is missing, make sure you have a killer smile. If you do have the bow leg, make sure you have a killer smile. Watch me. I think we did have, hold on, we have the height. Yeah. Use up what God give you, people. If God give you a smile, make sure that you use
it.
Use up the smile because you can get a London girl. You can get a England girl by a proper good up smile. Jason Rodney, big yourself up.
Jabba Bruce, big up yourself.
We're talking with the lovely Chinel Lynn, and we're talking about how she met Mike. And first of all, she met Mike on Facebook. So don't give up on Facebook now. And Mike make sure scout out the photo of them a good thing. She didn't put herself together properly, you know. You see all of the young ladies who are discouraged about how you're putting yourself together in terms of your adorning and your, you know, yeah. Make sure you keep on doing it because you never know. And what I understand from this is that there are some men who know exactly what they're looking for and they know what a wife look like and they are willing to take the risk. All right, so Trinidad is now in Jamaica. Mike came to visit. Thankfully, Mike had a killer smile. All right. So, Trinell, we knew that you were living in England. He was living in Jamaica, which is 9 hours by plane and whole heap of miles by ship. What were your main methods of communication then? How you communicate?
So we had funny enough, we met there, but we didn't stay on Facebook long. It was mainly WhatsApp. Yeah, it was mainly WhatsApp call, WhatsApp messages.
To WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So they use Clara like how we used to use Clara.
Clara no work at England to Jamaica.
Of course, they used to have international minutes with Clara.
Yeah, you had international minutes, but you had international minutes, but the thing is, with my work hours and the time difference, we couldn't use international minutes because the house phone was in mommy's room and we can't wake her up at night time.
Brother.
So it was WhatsApp.
Yeah. When you're a sponge, you have to take time sponge. Can't wake up the body. All right. So there you have it versus. No, all them must know. You don't know about Clara.
No, never know about Clara.
Clara 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Them time. You know, year when the people they meet, 2015.
Oh, Clara would have gone by that, eh?
Yeah, they have to use modern technology.
Sure.
So you use WhatsApp as your main mode of communication. What was the sacrifice like? I know you mentioned about the fact that you were already and how much? 6 hours sometimes.
6 hours ahead, yeah. Yeah, man, some midnight lamp burn, some late hours conversation. There was always the need checking in on just how I'm doing at the end of the day or early in the morning. Sometimes Mike would stay on and be my alarm clock. So he would wake me up to go to work. And then he'll go to bed.
And then he'll go to bed. Wow.
Yeah, because Mike, he's the one who stays up at night and watch telly or football.
Oh, no, this is major sacrifice, you know, people. Listen now. This is a serious sacrifice. Well, I tell you the truth. I'm glad. Yeah. Mike, I respect your boss. You are specially anointed to date a girl from England. You were cut out for this. I believe some people were designed and cut out for this. I'm just thinking about what it would be like me in Jamaica trying to talk to a girl 6 hours away. Listen, big yourself up, Mike. Big yourself up. So let's continue with the questioning, people. Remember that you're free to also give us your own question. All right, you're free to give us your own question. We are willing to take your own question and give it to her. We're still taking it easy. So, how did you know, Chanel, that things were actually getting serious?
There was an idea to own something, an asset idea came about, and we had a conversation about it. Now, this bit was where I was at, well, I'm gonna see if this is real or not really no. So we were both he needed both of us to make an investment to do this thing. And so when we were doing when we're going ahead, I was still a little bit unsure, and he passed on his parents' details. He said, "Well, if you don't believe me, you can check with my nan and my mom." And I was like, "Okay, this is it. Family is
Mm,
involved. I know where you live and everything." And so from there, when I saw that there was that
mm,
objective to have an asset that belongs to both of us, I was like, "Yes,
yeah,
this can be serious." Yeah,
yeah, yeah. In serious now,
yeah,
because him want giant ownership. So if you're
yeah.
listening on here, here's a little indication that you're getting to know when someone is getting serious, when they're willing to own things jointly with you. All right, so good. Let me just move on quickly to my next question because I want to close these off because I have another quick thing to talk about. We're going to talk about the very exciting Crit challenge. And guess what? I think Trinell is going to do the Crit challenge on here this evening. All right. So I don't want you all to run away yet. I want to make sure that she has enough time to do the Crit challenge. When you actually decided to get married, what was the reaction of your parents and what was the reaction of his parents?
Oh, so the marriage part came because I had to be traveling to Jamaica, and the thing is, and this is it, I only went to Jamaica once per year.
Mm-hmm.
So even though there was I felt patient enough. Like, listen, if this is going to work, so I didn't have to rush to go to Jamaica in between. And the second year I went there, yeah. I remember I said to him, and he always used this back to me. He said, "I remember when you look at me and said, 'Tell me if you're serious, because if you're not serious, don't waste my time.'" So he always uses that back to me because I remember I said that to him. I said, "Just let me know where this is going because I don't want you to waste my time." And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that I met the family, everything. The reception was amazing. His grandmother is beautiful, just a beautiful person. And he would have a lot of conversation with her regarding me and so on. And he sort of, I think he loves his grandmother so much, like her
Yeah.
words are like pearls of wisdom to him. And there
Mm,
was one day we were supposed to go out because it was coming towards the end of my visit in Jamaica. I was supposed to return to the UK, so we said, okay, we'll go out for dinner. It didn't turn out to be a dinner. It just so happened that it was a proposal.
mm.
Yeah, so he had everything was planning in the background, and I had no idea. So at first my mom was like, "Really?" When I told her, "Really?" So because she doesn't take surprise easily, so it took her a day or two to really come in and say, "Oh, you're finally getting married." His family, they were very receptive, really supportive. It was a brilliant start, a brilliant little experience there. In his
So,
own way.
so let me weigh in there, cause I still not hear all of what me need for hear now.
I wonder
So
what you want to
when
hear.
did you actually decide to get married, and how that did work out?
So again, it started from me establishing, listen, no time wasting. We
Mm,
like everything that we would talk about, it would be us, we going forward. And everything in that requires a decision, I was part of it.
oh,
So by then we're like, you know what? Okay, we are a couple. We're a proper couple. We're a couple
yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah,
So
and
it
I
was
just
now,
decided to yeah for me, and no make me
yes.
come see no girl or even think about no girl. My youth, don't make me even go on my bed and dream say a next girl even a turn up at your door because now I'm gonna nice, yeah, but listen.
All right, all right. But
No.
you know what? The communication
Yeah.
was so consistent, and this one I had no worries about that because the communication was lit. It wasn't forced. I didn't have to ring to say where are you? Why aren't you? No, no, no. The communication. If it's a 6 o'clock call, it's coming in. Like it was so
And make sure me
consistent.
call, let me get you now.
So
I'm a
I
tell you, I mean, I get you.
Just
Don't
cool.
worry, because now if you call him, to get
You're
me.
the online, you can't tell us. you have to come out and try this, boss. Ciao.
Don't worry, because if he's to call me now, he's not gonna get me because he tells me you're the last person to call. You don't answer your phone anymore.
That's bad.
Daddy. So let me go ahead now and just ask again. Here's a big day. I want you to tell us all about the engagement story. Describe the part before we come. You know,
Yeah,
everybody want to hear about the engagement. Or the part that it come. Tell
that
me
day
what
was
this.
that was a long day. I spent pretty much half of that day at the hairdresser in Kingston, and
So,
he was
oh,
at
you didn't
work.
know if you are going to get engaged.
We never know. As I said, we planned to go and have a final meal before I leave because I think I had 2 days
Oh,
there. So I was at the hairdresser, he was at work. We planned that, okay, you're gonna pick me up, we're gonna go out for a meal. But I remember he called me at the hairdresser's and he was like, oh, something came up at work. I'm not gonna leave on time, so let's just go home and my mom will cook for us. No, me a little bit bringle, cause me plan to go out. Anyways, we went to the house. I got dressed and everything. He still wouldn't come in. I'm like, what could like for him? Once work finished, he would leave. So I'm like, what could be the hold up? Call him again. He said, oh, I'm still not ready to leave as yet. What's my mom cooking? What's there? And so I got really upset. And I stayed upstairs in the house. His mom was downstairs preparing. I think she was cooking. I didn't even notice that people were coming over. His other family members were coming over because I was so upset upstairs. So, hi, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Remember Tiffany slowly?
Of course. How could I
Yeah.
not do that? The Mrs. Tiffany Slowly
Yes,
Johnson.
Mrs. Tiffany slowly
Thank
Johnson,
you.
indeed. She was at the wedding as well, actually. So, yeah. Um, yes.
Look like we're finding our next guest.
Oh, yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
all of that, and then
Mhm.
I finally went downstairs. I said, I'm not gonna be antisocial.
Mhm.
Still upset. He came in and he was like, are you okay? I said, no. He went upstairs, he got changed and everything. Everyone came over. I did not even see that a cake came in. I didn't see things coming in as I was just so I was not expecting
Well, hold on. You
anything.
know, say my real Jamaican do? Let me say. If him a no real Jamaican, me no know. Listen, everything about him a Jamaican. Check him foot bottom, check him finger, check him and nothing no make a China. Listen, nothing no make a Taiwan. It makes straight down a
Straight out
Jamaica.
of Jamaica.
Youth, you may say, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Hold on, man. We make the woman them mad on the day when them a get about you.
Honestly had me. I think two things had me probably. The fact that I was probably thinking it might be too soon. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why I was not thinking marriage, even though I know we've established certain expectations and so on. Maybe that was one of the foot bottom. Maybe that was one. And funny enough, when people here think he's Brazilian,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, they are always surprised that he's from Jamaica.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Me
so
no surprise. You surprised? Me surprise. Hold on, man. Me say if you check the man, everything about him, eat, sleep, drink, Jamaica. Right now in there, you okay, a pure Jamaican, I think more. I want to the man a real Jamaican. So the man make you mad, upset, cross, angry,
Cross.
miserable. And then the man just pop the
Does
question.
that sound familiar?
Yeah, now we are real Jamaican. We know.
and let me tell you how divisive you see this man was. I think the Christmas before that summer, he said that he's gonna get me a gift, and he got me a ring set. He was working out my ring size then.
He get that ring set.
Yes,
Me
so I had
tell
to
you
do
about,
my
listen, man.
measurement and
Hold on,
everything and
man.
send
Hold
it.
on, man. Hold on, man. Listen, me tell us the man a real Jamaican. You just scout out the thing and you man good all do some fasting and some good prayer. Just put things together, you know. Just nail the thing down and put it together because you see at the ideal moment. The man, yo, let me tell you what that go on at the man mind. Hear me. Hear me. I go make sure say she mad panadia because you know if she a me, she still a go say yes. I want to Jamaica know how to take risk. Big up yourself, Mike. Hold on, I need some people to go in the comment section and say, big up Mike. Big up your positive self, Mike.
But he's joking about this thing, you know, because he did the same thing to me. Mad. Which one of them? Which one of the artists said that again? Cross, angry, miserable. And then hear what he did to him. Just a little bit. When I came off the bus, anybody know Savannah Cross? When you're out the train line area there, them say it's not safe. You know what big up Mike. And he made me so mad. And girl, no know if I fear emotions, you know, it show up on the face. And he's going to tell me, you have to make sure you fix your face before we go into the community. Now, can you imagine? You make me mad intentionally and then tell me to fix my face.
You remember who I was? I wasn't just one little easy youth, you know. I was Robdons. Can I walk beside me, cross up yourself and I ring up yourself?
You guys was waiting and dilly-dallying.
So Chanel,
the man make you mad so that you so you get all hold on, man, me rate the man. You're mad so till all blindness take you over. No the cake pass and
the cake pass me. I mean, that's the cake pass.
The cake.
That's the cake pass. Ring pass. I mean, that's the ring pass.
Ring pass. I know, and you know, see where the ring pass. All you did there, though. Along up. Hey, look here now. Tell them, you know. Oh, Lord. Yeah, the real man, them know how to get blindness to overtake on the man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I want to hear, man. Yeah, man. Yes, SKJ. Blindness overtake. Can't see nothing good here. Big up yourself, Mike. You have our ticket. You win on the first go. Not even Latin safer than you.
That was a big risk.
So tell me now, what happened? Tell me the reaction. I want to see all the exact reaction. Right now, I want to see all the face a bit up.
The face not been up. We had, I remember we all just had enjoyed the food and we were talking. And then I was standing at a position in the living room where he came, he took my hand and he led me to the table. And on the table was my favorite cake, red velvet.
Show me all the face that look anymore. You can't just try to please the crowd, but you're still mad. Show because you ladies have a semi-vex happiness, but me don't know how to do it. You have a way to be happy and sad at the same time.
No, but I can smile when I'm angry. I just squeeze him hand. You know,
so the man knows that you're vexed.
I feel the tension in their hand.
The man knows you're vexed, but the people them see a smile. You want to
smile.
Like gonna sit down and max out how you gonna do them something.
You have to kind of have a little poker face, man, sometimes.
Yeah.
Tiffany said from blindness, sketch you're done. Oh God.
No,
sir.
No. So the blindness to the squeeze. Tacos.
Squeeze the hand. We finally reached the table. It was enough for our journey.
Yeah.
And on the table had the message. By this now, Mike was standing behind me. So I read it. I read it again. And I turned around. Mike was on his knees.
Show us the transformation now. Show us how you transform from anger to
calm down. Calm like a lamb. Me nice.
Instant.
Hey, Mike, you have that ticket, yeah. LOCK. The
Lock.
ticket lock. Hear me, people. By the way, before you all go, we have the exciting crate challenge to talk about, before you go. Yeah, because me see Trinell climb up on
Crate.
crate and get
The Facebook crate.
she got floored.
No, she got floored in a good way,
In a
So,
good
some
way.
people get floored and then break up parts and stuff. Some people get floored and it brings joy, So it depends.
So some drop good.
Well, yeah. Nice.
I fell in safe hands. I fell in safe hands.
By the way, people, if you're joining us, please hit that subscribe button and help us to get to 1,000. We're reasoning with the lovely Nelly this evening. Lovely Nelly talking to us about
said
her
that? He
wonderful
told you.
story. So she said she calmed down. Talk to us
Nice
about
now.
calm down.
Me
Right.
nice now. Me gone back into my nice mode, my nice hairstyle, my nice outfit. I feel like, nice. And turn around. So it's a genuine smile now that came on.
Hi,
Yeah, man.
Vanessa.
It's a genuine smile now, Rev. The
So-
whole heart, everything is smile now.
Oh. So
Yeah.
the heart starts smile, the face
Yeah.
smile. So show one of them smiling out
The
from
rest
ear,
start
from,
smile.
from ear to ear. This is why we want Mike.
Thank you.
This is why we want Mike out here now. Mike, come show me how she smile from ear to ear now, man. Zigzag. All 32 teeth out, plus you want 40 more. Your
My camera shy.
Very, very,
Whew.
very.
So, whew. So tell us how the yes go, because the yes they're supposed to serious.
So now the whole approach changed, and Trinell is nice and calm again. And then he asked the question with, obviously the ring is there, but I just took a while. I'm just looking at him and smiling. Just looking and smiling for a while.
Give me that smile now. Give me that smile.
No, man.
Hey, you get to see this one time, people. Yeah, you get to show us the smile one
See me
time.
here now?
Let's go. One.
Is they want to call me out? Or they come draw me out on Couples Corner?
1, 2,
See me a smile. Let me try it again.
So
Connection time.
hold up.
Connection time.
Hold up. So now that the ring is on the finger, because so now
It wasn't on as yet. This is my hand in his hand.
there's no yes, no go on.
Wait, no, this was my hand in his hand because me still a smiling shock. And then all I heard was, well. That's all I heard. Well. I forgot I needed to answer. All right, Rev, you don't have to go answer. I forgot to answer. So all I heard was, well. So I said, yes.
Yes. No, man.
I
Hold
said
on,
yes
man.
quite a few
Mike
times.
could have given me a better
Come
reaction right there. It can't be them look at yesterday. It's more like yes.
No, man. We still have to compose ourselves. No, man. It wasn't that crazy one, but there was about
Yes,
4 yeses.
Yes, that sound like we have the anointing.
Jesus. It was about 4, 5 yeses. Yes, it was quite a lot coming on.
Yes. Oh Lord. So I am told that the ladies, when the ring reach on the finger, that's the finger that is, So did you have any of those moments? Like
Probably. I'm not gonna sit here and say no. Probably. So you touching the head? Yeah. Oh no, probably. I
So,
probably was
so
touching
when
my
did
hand.
you
God
tell
knows.
your parents though? When did you actually tell your parents about this?
I phoned my mom immediately
If
because I know, as I said, she and Surprise don't work well together. So I phoned her immediately, and
after you
I
say
said,
yes,
Mom, guess what? It's like, what? No, me pitney. I said, Mom, I'm engaged. And it's like, what you say? I said, Mike proposed. And he was like, and I wasn't there.
you're very out of order. After you take up yourself and say yes, now you come at about, now you come calling about Mike propose. Out of order. Every picture of ring Tiffany that me a talk about, it is just so convenient. Left, right,
It
up.
was only one picture I did with the rig. One.
So, mommy says, wow.
Mommy say,
Mommy,
I never did it.
so how come me never did it? So, of course, now you went into a little bit of conversation and started to express. So, who was the next person you told in the family?
So my sister, who I grew up with in Trelawney, Saron, she's like my mom. She was the one who was on Bible study.
Oh,
So yeah, I had to message her immediately. And again, she's like my cheerleader, man. I love that woman. She was the one who just like, well done. I'm going crazy about the whole thing. But I know my mom didn't fully receive it as yet, so my heart wasn't settled because I'm waiting for my mom to approve to receive it before I can. So I was like, even though I said yes, I was so nervous, so nervous.
I know every wedding have, have something go wrong.
Mm-mm.
Every wedding, something go wrong. I want to ask you what went wrong at your wedding.
That was a wedding in paradise with a lot of trouble. Oh Jesus!
So, in a nutshell, what were some of the things then? Seem like plenty. So, what were some of the things that went wrong for your
Sister
wedding?
D, I tell you, it was in paradise but trouble. One, the makeup artist, she got lost. She didn't turn
Mm-hmm.
up to my villa until about an hour before the wedding. By the time she finished doing the makeup for the bridal party, I was about 2 hours late. 2 hours late, Mike? Yes, I was about I was about 2 hours late. I remember we had to pay the pastor a late fee in advance, and he said if I made it to the wedding on time, he would give me a refund.
You know, what?
I think pastor wanted to ask for more money. So that was one. We were so late. And two, because really I got so hot. So I said to my mom, she came, she trying to fit this veil. I said, I don't want no veil. I don't want no veil on my head. Take it off. You know? Got in the car. The traffic from Chris Sands is in, where is that, Mike? So yeah, borderline St. Mary, St. Anne. So he had to take me from there to St. Anne's Bay New Testament. The traffic to get down there. So happened that there was an ambulance ahead of us. We want. All I heard my driver said, "Hold on, Nelly," and he was behind that ambulance.
Emergency.
So he wouldn't leave the ambulance. He was behind, and me and Jamaica late for true. Yes, Tiffany was there, and
Which is at the
me and
wedding this
Jamaican
night.
driving, me and Jamaican driving. All I know, I was just hanging on like this. but he was behind the ambulance every inch, all the way to St. Anthony New Testament. There's my mom, my mother-in-law. Hello, Gina.
Hi, Lady Gina. Hi, hello.
as I as I see Gina popped up, you know what? When I got to the church, she came up. She said to me, Trinell, you were very late, and you mustn't do that. You mustn't do that a long time, Michael.
Listen, one day I will tell you that we got to the wedding. I intentionally told myself that wives are always late, so I will be double late. So the lovely wife turned up at the wedding when we were just getting ready to leave out. Me and my crew. Me and my crew got
What city lot? No
But
way.
even with that, when both
What?
of us got there,
No.
what happened?
Now, when we got to the wedding, the mother-in-law, my lovely mother-in-law, said, Robdon, I will carry both rings because I don't trust you too. You will leave the ring. Only when we said like this, where's the ring?
No ring.
The rings were left at home.
Oh my
And
god.
so the driver had to drive like a man to go get those rings. But boy, I tell you, I don't. Every marriage, every wedding have something that actually go wrong. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that when we talk with other persons, we're going to hear what went wrong for them. All right. This is my final question I'm going to ask you concerning your wedding. What was the most enjoyable moment, the most special part of the wedding? Mike, listen, Mike. And dear mother-in-law, please listen.
Oh, there was a lot because it was a beautiful day, but one more, a funny one too. It came, yes, come here, real drama for true. It came on to the, it came on to the time for the couple's dance, our first dance.
Mm,
Now, one thing might know about me, I like to like just plan things and know what's happening. But he said, Chaman, I'll be in charge of the music. I'm the one picking the song. You don't know song. You don't know music like me. Left it. Couples dance. I still had no idea what we dancing to. And number one, Michael tell us that me not have no rhythm. I may always say, but you not have no rhythm. Got onto the dance floor, waiting on the song. It was this song, Perfect Strangers. Is it Jonas Blues, brother? I think so. Yeah, Perfect Strangers. I'm like, this is not a wedding song. But we had to find a way to dance to it because it was an upbeat song. So I remember my sister said to me, boy, you're really white for true, you know? What kind of song that you're dancing to? So I find that to be the most enjoyable part for me, and very
mm.
special because it was a song that we would always listen to in the car anyway. So it was a song that hit home, even though Mike was like, when I asked the guy about the song that I wanted to dance, they never have it. So I just got to what we always play. I said, oh Lord, help
Oh
me.
gosh. Oh my God.
I think I was a little bit cross for a bit, like for a while. I said, Mike, the one job you have, you know, to find the song. So, what? You never have the song ready? So I said, okay. So every time I hear that song, I have to dance because I'm like, you know what? That's the coincidental song that we had to dance to.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Of course, Rabdan now deal with no dance and no wedding.
Where say?
No, he did dance, didn't
He
he?
had push up. Yeah, I had a push up. I don't know what I'm doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not listen to her.
So he had to push up to the song.
Him
Did
the
it?
push up because he
Did
more
it?
ready to swim thing. Both not done.
Hold on, man. Then hold on. One of the thing I know now is that if people are expecting you to fail, they must go hard and done. So of course, I step out and go on well extra enough push up and thing, sit up and I want to your abs and everything. This is my wedding. Every attention they upon me, I want to stick like glue.
See, here the question here coming. Y'all would have seen the title, risk or miss. And Trinell took the risk, and now the marriage, went through successfully and all that kind of thing. We see everybody else say, who did the wedding say wedding did nice, although not turn up late. The question is, how do you feel now being married?
Hold on before you answer. Before you answer, we're gonna find out how the wedding go. Hold on for that question.
OG, you can't touch it. Hey, OG, you cheating. OG, you up there cheating. Come on, go. He ain't make it. He didn't make it.
Well, obviously that was not true.
That was not
Yes.
So she took the risk. Take a little hello from Facebook. And now they have been married for how many years?
4 years.
4 years.
They have been married for 4 long years. 4 is the number of appointed time and season. So they are now venturing into a new season. All right, that's what they are in now. And they are blessed with a baby boy, Jordan. So I have to ask her how the wedding has gone.
The marriage, how the marriage.
Or the marriage going. How's the marriage going?
It is good. It is like we're still learning so much about each other. The one thing I know from this marriage, I learned how to be a little bit more understanding. Yes, one thing.
All right, I'll give you 1 minute to sell the marriage. Because all who are interested in getting married. And all who married who need to know if they must stay married.
So I don't want me from.
You have 1 minute to tell us why marriage is good.
Listen, there's nothing beats partnership. Nothing beats partnership. When you have someone else in there, the decision, you just get to enjoy life. Everything, you're not alone, And for us, the communication is amazing. The communication between us is out of this world, and I'm so grateful for it that it's been consistent since 2015. I don't stay angry with Mike forever. If I'm angry, it's gonna blow up really quickly, and he doesn't stay angry with me either. Like our anger, it literally go away quite quickly, and we do talk about things and we do deal with things. So that's like, guys, seek that communication, and seek that partnership. Not just getting married for marriage sake. Seek the partnership. Yeah, man.
So this is a partnership and not a soul trader.
No, sir, no soul trading.
All right.
And that part, this basically can go for the question here.
And so here's a question coming. Let's take this question. What advice do you have for single Christians planning to get married? Where's Chosen? Chosen?
Come on, Chosen.
He said, wow, he
said, wow.
Where's Chosen? Keep your hand up, Chosen. Go ahead.
But single Christian, just be honest in whoever you are dating, and be upfront regarding personalities, be upfront regarding your limitations. Learn to take the truth. Sometimes they come really in harsh ways or ways we're probably not used to, but just learn to take the truth. And you know what? Share with people in your circle, because they can either give you really good advice going forward, or they can help you to see warning signs, because sometimes we get head over heels and we miss a lot of things. They can actually help you. So to single couples, keep your dating conversation with quite a few trusted people within your community group, so they can offer their help. I had my sisters, even though they're not Christians, but they're much older, and they could share things, and then I could see within that. And then I had other married couples as well who I was already friends with. So, and Mike's family, they were really and still they are people of communication. That's it, the communication. So be honest and set your boundaries and your expectation. Let him know from day one, and let her know from day one what is it that you're about.
Excellent. And I see another question here, and you better answer this because listen, I thought our relationship was long distance because she was always in Kingston and I was in Montego Bay. But you've come.
Listen, I'm 10 hours miles away.
So
10 hours once a year.
I am going to surrender talking about distance as of today, and I will leave talking about it for you. So share with us. What advice do you have for someone who may be in Canada, but somebody in Jamaica is interested? You know, what tips do you have?
You're just gonna have to. You're testing the waters in terms of having the conversation and going forward with this person, but make sure you are also included in the person's activity outside of just you. It's not just you two. So you're getting information from those around that person, friends, family, and pay attention to the things that are not said. Pay attention to the attitudes and the behavior. Listen sometimes for the background conversation going on. Trust me, because those things are going to help add to the information and really help you with your decision making, because sometimes, your gut instinct, you already have, the Lord is already speaking to you on a lot of things. You just have to pay attention to all of those things and making sure that honesty, and if you sense something that you're not comfortable with, raise it. Don't hold on to it. Raise it. See if you can raise it immediately. If you can't do so, you try and come back to it. And make sure that you're always honest with your current finance, honest with everything, because there is that saying, especially Jamaicans in long distance, they say, well, a foreign person want to go. And also you're gonna have to be true to your decision, because I had that when I returned from Jamaica. I remember somebody said to me, you really got married a Jamaican, and then you say, what am I do with visa? Like they just want visa. And we've seen the movies and all of that. But you will know when it's right for you. You will know when it's right for you. So you just have to pray on it and be honest and pay attention to everything and make sure you're included in everything.
Right. Yeah. And a part of that is the red flags. Yeah. I remember Daddy saying to us when we were dating, up to the lip, the cup can slip. Because a lot of times you'll see things that is a no, it can't work, but because of what I want, because in the name of love, you ignore those things, and from your point, we see that coming out. Do not ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
I think I create challenges.
Which even
at the lip, the cup can slip. This your cup can't slip.
You stay there.
Lord of mercy. All right, there you have it. Of course, I hear Lady Andrea say me must call out. I just become a car singing a song in the comment. I go, roll call.
There's a meeting up in the roll call.
There's a meeting up in the couples corner, roll call. Chosen. Chosen.
Oh my
God. A new dance name. Chosen.
We're gonna have to put a move to that.
Chosen. I hope you.
What on the name? A boogler.
Or a roll like a book. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for keeping the Couples Corner lively and nice. Remember, if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please help us to get to, amen, 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe.
And like the video, guys. Like the video.
Yep, please like. Thank you for your commenting.
It helps the algorithm.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that Tiffany Slowly Johnson, that's my schoolmate from long time.
Long time. And SKG, Sasha.
Yeah. Sasha.
Sasha Grant.
Yeah. Big up on yourself, knock site. Nitty. How we go again?
Nitty severe, necky severe.
To strive to serve.
To yield.
Why is she saying goodbye? Please don't say goodbye yet. We are on the verge of closing. All right, so thank you very much, dear Chanel, for sharing. Of course, I want to hear your thought on the thing that is running the road now. The thing where I run the road is the Create Challenge. And so I want to hear your thoughts on it. And me kind of feel bad, man, because one lady actually make it and make it better than the man and make it in a spy heel. Me have a problem with that. Let's look at the news.
She said be quiet. Oh my God.
No, that no fear. She made the other. I not try that. She can't stay there. She have about 9 life. A woman she knew.
They're crazy.
What do you think about the Create Challenge? For those of you who are in the comment section, feel free to weigh in and tell us what you think about this Create Challenge, or AKA
the Olympics.
Or Ghetto Olympics.
With heels, wow.
Yeah, I tell you, if there's something a man can do, a woman can do it better. I hate to admit it, but these girls are.
But they've taken it a step farther, because I saw one lady on the bottles, the champagne bottles.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, Lady T. So tell us what
she would try it.
You would try. Oh yeah.
Shamik is saying risk.
Beg you wait until the COVID business done. Yeah.
Shamik says she would try it.
All right.
Good for you, Shamik.
Lady Trinell, tell us what you think. What do you think about that challenge? That's something you are aspiring to do.
All I'm here thinking, Lord, look how you give the people them good body, them go and climb on crate, we go fall over. No.
How much? Voila. If Mike did up on the other side with a ring of weight, would you have attempted to get over the crate?
Mike would have to meet me halfway now. We would have to meet each other halfway. But one not climb no crate to go get no ring. So instead of putting the ring on, maybe at the top of the crate, because he's coming up one end and I'm going up the other. Oh. No way.
But you know what? There's a serious message I wanted to pull from out of this door. Mm-hmm. If you notice, as you watch those persons climbing over, that's the time people are coming up with their smartphone and they're not really celebrating because they want you to get over. The celebration actually gets louder when you fail, when you actually fall over, right? And I think there's an important lesson for us to learn here, even in marriage, since we're in the couples corner. You know what? You're going to have a lot of persons that, listen, are waiting to cheer at a marriage that fails.
Indeed.
This is why you can't make poor decisions. Indeed. This is why you're going to have to know the challenges that you're willing to take on. You're going to have to be willing to make conscious and wise decision as to what you're going to get involved in. because there are some persons who are cheering at the beginning, but they're
Yeah.
not cheering for you to be successful. They are actually waiting for you to fail. And that's what I get coming out of just looking at the challenge that I think about
Yeah.
couples.
And on top of that, if you notice when somebody falls, because there's a video where a guy broke his leg, his ankle. There's another one, the lady broke her arm. I think we have the video also. But the people, when it happened, they were laughing and zooming down on the person, zooming up on the persons. So it's like, showing the damage, rejoicing over it. And it just shows you that, in your relationship, you ought to know, what persons are saying. You don't go with every celebration. Try to be focused on you, because when the outside voices becomes dim and you are hurt, there's nobody else in there with you.
But
Indeed.
the one you love.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes we are
You're still
listening.
there though.
Sometimes we are listening to the voices in a marriage. Notice these people are cheering you on, take on this decision. And sometimes, most times, you have couples. This is why relationship don't work, because you have a third party and a 10-25 party who knows how to tell you, do this. Hey, tell him peace of your mind. In
Yeah.
other words, climb up on a crate and drop off
Uh,
and mash up the marriage.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are at the ground celebrating you and say, yeah, go and do this. Don't go forgive him. Yeah, what? I come to you. Yeah. Yeah, make him go away.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
tell you
it.
all sorts of things and tell you to be disrespectful and all of that. It is like climbing up on those crates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not be as lucky as a young lady who got over on the other side.
Right.
All right.
And Sister
And
Stephanie said, "Puss and dog now have the same look."
right?
For
But you
real.
may not get over safe on the other side, right? And guess what? You see, just as how the person fall, sometimes our poor decision not only affect us, it
Yeah.
affects the family, affects the relationship, and guess what? People will only cheer that it didn't work. So, if I could leave any tip for those who are listening in on here, is to make sure that you know who you're listening to. Make sure that you focus, make sure you understand that you are supposed to make wise and right decisions. Don't be a part of every excitement.
Yeah.
Don't be a part of every fun. I know everything cut out for puss and dog. All right? You make puss go and climb, your dog go and crawl. And here, Lady Gina Peart is saying communication and respect is very important in any relationship. And yet, these are the things people don't normally cheer you to do. In fact, they
Yeah.
think you are foolish when you say you're trying to communicate with your partner or you're trying to show respect. No, people don't normally cheer you on doing these things. And so it's very important that we discern, make sure that we're making the appropriate decision. I'm seeing some other tips coming in. There are more people waiting for you to fail, of course, than for you to succeed, especially if they are not in a good relationship.
Yes.
And that's true. I wonder how much of those persons who are cheering those guys going over on the crate have actually climbed up on it.
Indeed.
How many of them have actually gone up there? But they will cheer you on. Very same thing in the marriage. Some of these people are not even married, and some of them are living like puss and dog.
And as you share that, Reverend, that was something that I was really observant regarding that, because as I said, from the proposal leading in, I had to like start thinking carefully about, okay, who am I if I'm in trouble, or if I find something tricky, who am I going to turn to? Who is the person who is going to calm the flame instead of adding that fuel? And I had to think carefully about those things. And it's not necessarily that you wouldn't talk to that person. For example, I know some people, they love me so much so that they will not see that Mike is still my husband, so they're so overprotective that they just want me not to be hurting, but in doing so they're hurting my husband. So even people who you really love and them love and care about you have to be careful what you share with them, with your spouse, because when you and your spouse make up back then, they are still angry
Yeah.
at the spouse. So it was
Yeah.
something that we had to be really, really careful with. Okay, what is it that we'll share and what we keep and what we, definitely try and resolve on our own.
Solid point. Yes, solid point. You know what? At the end of the day, it's going to be left between you and that spouse, right?
Mm.
And so learn to resolve, learn to work together. See another thing here. Amen. From my good friend here, I am happy that from prayer to their marriage, Chanel knew to keep matters of their marriage within the marriage. All the best in your union. Love,
Thank
my
you,
friend.
Sash.
We're gonna sign that here and say, yeah, love our friend.
And we're
Good.
praying for marriage on her soon.
Miss Grant. Let,
Get ready for the picture finger.
let, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and Shamik is saying when you're doing the right thing, they will call you soft. Of course, I'm
Yes,
sure if someone
Shamik.
says they are not going to climb up on the crate, people go and laugh. I say,
Coward.
oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, learn to make right and conscious decisions. All right. I think one came in from Stephanie. Just like primary school, hot patty and touch
Yes.
and when the first start, everybody run leave you. Um, you know, a
Indeed.
lady even who don't know Jamaican culture, yeah. So you have a little thing, two people have a fight, and you have a little mediator coming at the middle and say, hot potty, hot potty, hot potty. So anybody bunks it out,
Bounce it.
hit the other person, and so the fight start, and that mediator just run gone. Or touch a button, come and say, hey, touching button. Take all your hand and touch the button. And then they run, leave you. And that's how people are. And so we need to be wise. All right. Tiffany is also saying, can't marry and take advice from single people. I said what I said.
Period.
There are some single people with some wisdom. They have been through some relationship and they are willing to tell you from their downfall, from their failure. They might have something good to pass on to you. Definitely can't take everything, but I'm sure that there are some of them with some good intent. You're gonna have to learn to listen to your environment and choose what is good for you. All right,
Yeah.
know what you want. Children say, "Me soon come and love the discussion." Hey, girl, get ready. Couple stand.
Woo!
PV wedding in the making.
Yep.
Watch
I'm
out.
getting my hat. I'm
Watch
getting
out.
my hat.
Praying for you. Hey, chosen. Me a corona wedding then.
I'm the flowers
All
girl.
right.
I'm the flower girl.
Yeah, flower girl. You have too much people for me. Groom. Right,
Right.
and party. All right, but awesome discussion this evening. We want to thank Lady Nelly for coming through and of course, just entertaining us, helping us on here. All right, with a wonderful discussion. Please hit the subscribe button. Listen, Lady Slowly Johnson, we are connected after. All right, we need to
Yes,
connect with you,
indeed.
but we need to come and talk with some persons, let persons know marriage still at work, marriage can work, and marriage at work for young people too. Sometimes we think that marriage is for old people who reach 50, 60 and soon dead. Not say calling no dead for nobody. I'm just saying that when people reach up there, so they think that's the time they need somebody to be with. Yeah, but we need
It's
some
true.
young persons. So of course, me I come link your lady slowly. We soon come talk. Lady Camille, watch it because but I think we'll leave you out. We want to hear your story within the Compass Con as well. And we don't tell Sister Andrea already, Sister Yvonne, listen to me. This is your season of coming out.
Yeah.
The spirit of coming out is upon you, my sister.
Unleash.
Come out.
Oh Lord.
Come
Sister
down,
Yvonne,
anointing has been
check out my
released.
sister. Release.
Coming out. Anointed is on you. All right. But we must show you one last one because all the baby them are getting involved.
Go.
All right, so even the kids are getting involved. Listen, people, even in marriage, you're going to have to make conscious decision. Be careful of what you're teaching your children, right?
Because they'll follow.
They will follow. And not every time you're going to be there to hold their hands like with that mom. So what you want to do is to teach them to discern evil, discern things that are bad, and to choose not to. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like. Thank you very much for participating in this wonderful discussion this evening. It was, of course, a great evening. And of course, boy, thank you very much, Mike and Trinell. So Mike in the background and Trinell on the front row. You see,
Represented.
relationship still working.
And still,
Work.
you know what, Reverend? That's before you go quickly. That's something that we have to learn to work with. You know, you can't force the partner to do what you like to do. I'm the bold one. I'm the talkative one. That's not who Mike is. So I have to find time and space to respect that and allow him to be. And so that's something that, yeah, I'm still learning. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Big up. See, when we're done, every couple work out. Yeah, but that's true. My wife wasn't the upfront person, and anybody who know me the back in the days, even when I went to church to go preach and all them something, this lady don't behave like no first lady. And we, as a matter of fact, we not accept no title name first lady because there's a first, there's a second. There must be a third and a fourth or something down the line, right? But my wife don't behave like the typical, pastor wife. She come at church and sit down on her back.
Daniel.
Yeah. and reason with the little normal people in my church. She not sophisticated. I'm like that about her. And I had to learn to leave that alone. Understand that that's her. And go preach the word. And stop majoring at the minor. Sometimes our relationship don't work because we spend too much time majoring in the minor. She do her. And I'm up here doing the word. She's still supporting, and we're still getting on. All right. So we need to understand that. Stop trying to let culture define you and define your marriage, define your relationship. Listen, I said in a video before that when you have a custom-made husband and him give you the custom-made prescription, you adjust that description. Stop refer to the generalized instructions, because the generalized thing will cause problem. If you understand that this is what works for him, do what works for him, right? Or do what works for her. Simple. And make the relationship strive. Remember, the purpose of relationship is to bring God glory. All right. Blessing. I see another comment. I love that about her too. Very
That's Lady D, yes. Approachable.
No, but I stuck up. Hey, you can't stuck upside down.
Sure.
Yeah. Me, I reflect. Yeah. She's reflecting off me. Yeah. All of me. They call me cute. All me cuteness.
Oh God, Nelly Jordan next.
Jordan, no. The one pitney not going no crate.
Who said that?
Oh, God.
All right, great, awesome. But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed, Amelia, please hit the subscribe button. Tiffany, please to hit the subscribe button, man. Please. And
mother-in-law, please to hit the subscribe
mother-in-law,
button.
Lady Peart, please hit that subscribe button right there. Just click on it. Yeah, just make it turn green. That works well for us. All right, make sure that you have subscribed. But thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for a wonderful discussion. We are going to be back here perhaps next week, Sunday, talking with another wonderful couple. We want to hear how marriage is going for people, because by that we can learn from them and, of course, make our marriage, amen, even more successful. So we are going to continue to learn. So with that said, we want to thank you again for joining us. And remember, come back next week, make a whole reason about marriage and bring your spouse to, even if they have to stay in the background.
Even if I'm in the background.
And take the risk wisely. Weigh the options. Is it worth it? If it's not worth it, miss it. Make it a miss. Let's hear what this guy has to say about the crate challenge, and then we'll see you guys next week. Watch the other videos on the channel, guys.
Remember, this is the Couples Corner,
where God is best for you and your partner.
Right now.
Crate challenge. Get set. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, y'all wrong. Them crates about to break y'all bones. Am I gonna do it? So, hey. Do it. So, hey. Ooh, y'all wrong. Them crates about to break y'all bones. Am I gonna do it? So, hey. Do it. So, hey. Walking up the crate trying to win a little money. You got to the top, then crash like a dummy. It's your fault that you crashed like a dummy, cause you shouldn't have tried to do it in the first place. Yo, neck, yo, back, ain't gonna be the same after falling like that. Yo, neck, yo, back, got these screws just to keep it attached. Y'all better leave them cracks where they at before you be out here with a brace on your neck. Don't push it this way, even if the crowd pump, cause I'ma say, damn! I'm protecting my thumb, I said, I need my legs, that challenge dead. You heard what I said. Damn!